Milan, for all their dazzling array of talent and expertise, really are in for an uncomfortable afternoon against a team whose confidence is running so high, especially after last week's triumph over Juventus. Well, the multi-million-pound sale last summer of the Argentine Claudio Caniggia to Roma has enabled Atalanta to invest in some general team strengthening. Leading scorer Maurizio Gantz from Brescia has been a major success, of course. The capture of Alamao, the Brazilian from Napoli, has given the team a real leader to inspire them. Roberto Rambaldi, another very useful acquisition from Foggia. He returns today after a one-match ban. Leo Rodriguez from Argentina stands down. Well, Milan's destruction of rivals Inter in Wednesday's Italian Cup tie was one of their most impressive of recent times. So many stars to call on. The absence through injury of Rijkaard, Savicevic and of course Van Basten still means that only two foreigners are on parade today, Jean-Pierre Papin and Zvonny Boban. Simone plays up front in preference to Massaro. A tight, almost claustrophobic atmosphere in the stadium, a sellout crowd of around 30,000 on a bright afternoon in Bergamo. The team with the best home record in Serie A against the team with the best away record. It's a fascinating prospect. Milan with 8 victories in 9 away games, so powerful wherever they play. But as Atalanta's coach, Marcello Lippi, puts it, 999 times out of 1,000, we wouldn't beat them. Today might just be the day when we do. Certainly the rest of Serie A, and in particular those clubs forlornly reaching out for Milan's shirt tails, will be solidly behind Atalanta. Even one slip by the runaway leaders would at least offer some encouragement that the championship hasn't already been decided. Milan 9 points clear at the top. Atalanta in 4th place, 11 points adrift of Milan, level with Lazio and 2 behind Inter. Alongside me in the commentary position today, the old AC Milan star, Ray Wilkins. What's the latest hospital bulletin first on you, Ray?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. The hospital bulletin, Peter, the plaster comes off tomorrow, and hopefully within the month I should be back playing football again. But this afternoon we do have an intriguing contest. Atalanta unbeaten at home, beating Juventus last week 2-1 and playing some exceptional football. Now face an AC Milan side unbeaten in 54 games, league games that is, which is quite incredible. It should be a tough afternoon for Milan. But no matter how many changes they make in the forward department of their team, it is quite interesting to note that the back four very, very seldom changes, and that's the basis, I think, of most of their success. Tassotti, Baresi, Costacorta, Maldini have been absolutely exceptional in the last 2 seasons, and I'm sure if they can keep them together, they'll be exceptional again for many seasons to come. But this should be a really intriguing match.
Milan in the black and red shirts and white shorts to kick off, attacking the goal to our left. Jean-Pierre Papin there with Simone. They're the 2 front runners in the Milan side, with Massaro left out. Rijkaard injured, as I was saying. Hullit as well. Savicevic, big blow for him. He's come into the side in the last few matches, at last getting his chance. But now he's out for no fault of his own. He's got an injury. And certainly disappointing not to see Rijkaard, who's been a revelation again this season, Ray.
I think Rijkaard is possibly the top player in Italian football. He's been absolutely exceptional. Not only will they miss his play this afternoon, but I think the most important thing from their point of view will be his experience. He sits in front of the back four, he picks out everything that comes through. They'll try and stick Boban or Albertini there this afternoon, but without any question of a doubt, they'll miss Rijkaard.
Simone with a layoff to Donadoni, another man who can't guarantee an automatic place in the side for all his international pedigree. Here's Maldini now, who captained the Italian side in the recent friendly against Mexico. Boban's pass goes astray. Maybe an early chance here for Gantz. Free kick clear. And away by the reassuring commanding figure of Baresi. Papin. Here's Alamao, the hub of the Atalanta side. It all revolves around Alamao, the brilliant Brazilian, who came from Napoli, £850,000, and what a shrewd investment that is proving to be for Atalanta. You remember him, Ray, from your days with Milan.
Yes, that's right. A very, very fit man as well, Peter. And he'll do a similar job that Rijkaard would have done for Milan. He'll sit in front of the back four and try and keep the game ticking over for Atalanta. An exceptional player. I was a bit surprised when Napoli let him go, but Atalanta picked him up for a bit of a song, really. A very, very talented player.
Boban. Here's Donadoni spreading the play wide. Well, to fight to Sotti. So Milan maybe at stretch here to hold Atalanta at these early stages. Gats. Milan so well organised though. So far this season, virtually invincible away from home. Just a one blemish, if you can call it that, a draw. 2-2 with Foggia. Otherwise, they've won every match on their travels. But facing here then the team who haven't lost at home for all their own problems on visiting grounds, or rather when they visit grounds. Donadoni with the cross in, away by Biliardi, the former Napoli defender. Who's the captain of Atalanta. This is Donadoni taking the throw. For his first goal for a year last week, win over Pescara. Bit hard to believe that, right?
Yes, that's right. I think another interesting prospect this afternoon is the form of Montero, the sweeper for Atalanta. He's a young Uruguayan, and you possibly have the master of sweepers playing for AC Milan in Franco Baresi, so it'll be very interesting to see how Montero fares up to the master.
Yes, he himself has been saying that Baresi is the man he models himself on. Back in South America, they call him the new Passarello. You remember the Argentine star for their World Cup triumph back in '78. And for him, the number one is Baresi. This is Lentini, the most expensive player in world football at £13 million. Simone. Baresi. This is Lentini. Faced by D'Agostini. Then by Minaldi too. And in the end, the defenders did their job. Lentini, who's been linking so well with Papan in recent matches. Papan a lot happier about life at Milan at the moment than he was earlier in the season. Maldini hooking it across. Papan couldn't reach it. And the shot spinning wide from Albertini. He does possess a pretty venomous shot from distance. Didn't really get hold of that one, though.
No, he didn't. This is poor marking from Atalanta, allowing Maldini to get that ball back in there. As the ball comes out from Alamao's head, Albertini, he'll be very disappointed. He's a very nice striker of the ball, Albertini, and he'll be disappointed he didn't get that on target.
Borini is wearing 2 for Atalanta. Began his career with Milan, as indeed did Ferron, the goalkeeper, both discarded in their early days. Both, I gather now, wanted by Milan. They'll have to pay for them now. That's how well they've been playing, the two of them, in this Atalanta side, to attract some attention from the league leaders and reigning champions. Lippi, the coach of Atalanta, his first season with the club. And a very satisfying one it's been for him so far. Boban directing operations from the midfield for Milan today. The absence of Rijkaard. Now Maldini. Searching for Simone. Referred to Massaro, Ray.
Yes, they seem to be swapping Massaro and Simone about quite a bit, Peter, and I personally think Massaro does a slightly better job when Van Basten doesn't play. Van Basten obviously is world class, and he's the best centre forward about. But I think when Papan plays, you should get Massaro in there with him to give him a bit of a hand. I think Simone would be slightly a touch lightweight.
This is Simone now. He's very quick off the mark.
He's an exceptional player, Peter Simone. We've seen him in a number of games come on and do some great things. He's got a tremendous goal there away at Juventus, and that was a very important game for Milan. But I just feel with the two of them up front, they may be a little bit lightweight.
He's also a great favourite of Berlusconi, the president, so whether that influences things occasionally, I wouldn't know.
It's a bit of a bonus on his behalf, isn't it?
It is. Now Rakbaldi, surely held back then by Albertini, who pleads his innocence. A pull back by the referee, Marcangelo Pezzella. One of the most experienced of Italian referees, and on the FIFA list. So a free kick then to Atalanta. Perrone is there, and Alamao. A bit too far out even for Alamao, though, this one. Held it by the Brazilian. Biliardi getting in ahead of Papin, but to no avail.
It's been quite a good start. Actually, the ball's been zipping around the pitch. It looks a hard surface. The ball's been jumping up quite a bit at players, but they don't take too much time, and it's 1 and 2 touch, and I think it's nice to see when the ball is starting to be zipped about. Milan have taken the initiative in the early stages. It's been, I think, the first time that Atalanta have actually got out of their half there with that free kick. But it's been a good start from Milan's point of view. They seem to have silenced the crowd, which is the first objective when you go away to a side that's performing very well at home. And I'm sure they'll start to come on the ascendancy pretty shortly.
Here's Baresi. Up towards Donadoni. Papin climbing, but couldn't reach it. Atalanta hoping to catch Milan on the break with their speedy front players, Scats and Rambaldi. Well supported too by Perrone, who scored that marvellous goal last week against Juventus. Scats getting the winner. And incidentally, their first home win over Juventus in 30 years. So as you can imagine, there were wild celebrations in Bergamo. After that success, they're hoping for another one today. Maldini's pass. Boban, though, failing to control it. Alamao. Time here for the imperious figure of Baresi. Costa Curta. Now then for Tossotti, who may well find himself back in the Italian team for the forthcoming international against Portugal. This is Simone, turned sharply, and it was Minaldi who kept it in play. And a foul then on Montero.
That's where Milan do so well. They lost possession there after some great football in the build-up down the right-hand side. But as soon as they lose possession, Milan, they're looking to get it straight back again. I think that's the difference between them and the majority of the sides in the Italian First Division. Their work rate is so high that they're looking to win the ball back as early as possible all the time.
Perrone, excellent pass by him. Odin. Brackley was trying to wriggle through then and thought he was impeded. Gats rather, who was held back. And the referee has indeed given the free kick. Alamao is ever taking charge. Player of such flair and vision, but it's Perrone, in fact, who takes the kick. A shot driven through, and not too far wide either. Rambaldi. He's having an excellent season since his move from Foggia. 9 goals in that free-scoring Foggia side last season.
It's a good effort as well, Peter. He's looking very positive, coming inside and using, obviously, which is his better foot, his right foot, and getting in a good effort.
Donadoni. Looking for Lettini. Too easily dispossessed, though, to the delight of the Atalanta fans. Minaldi with Alamao.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier, the way they hustle people off the ball. They've got no timing whatsoever to play in Atalanta. Not only one player putting them under, but that's the way to press. As soon as one goes in, the one follows in behind. And keep it going on that sort of system. If one goes in alone, he can be picked up. But if they go in as a group, it's very difficult for teams to play.
The pass overhit then towards Lentini. Fabrizio Ferron, the goalkeeper of Atalanta. And a lot of the top clubs having a good long hard look at Ferron. Very highly rated, but apparently the price is too high. Atalanta simply don't want to let him go. Lentini. Elbow by Perrone. 32 years old, Perrone. Finding real zest late in his football career. His 16th year as a pro. This is Maldini, caught then by Perrone, who's full of running. 16 years, as I was saying there, but most of those have been spent outside Serie A. Indeed, I think he's only had 3 seasons in the top flight. It'll be Boban with a free kick then for Milan. Referee just ushering that two-man wall a little further away. Back off Donny to out for a goal kick.
But again, it wasn't the best of marking, Peter. The ball was slightly overhit from Boban, and I think it was Simone that was coming in on the back. Had he got a good early enough shout, or had he put a good early enough shout in, he could well have left that for Simone to head back across goal. They've got to tighten up on their marking from set pieces.
Just hearing about the first goal of the afternoon, and it's scored by Pescara against Brescia. Roger Mendy has given his team the lead. Bottom team in Serie A, Pescara. Got a bit of a thrashing last week by Milan. Different proposition today at home to Brescia.
Well, for a team that's undefeated at home, Atalanta have actually started off very cautiously. They seem a bit nervous, obviously, with Milan coming, the top team in the Italian setup. It's a big afternoon for them. And
Boban hooking it on towards Papin, who's so lethal, of course, around the penalty box. Yes, maybe they are a little bit inhibited by Milan. Certainly the league leaders are dominating the early exchanges and dictating the pace of the game.
Well, they seem very nervy, Peter, Atalanta. They need to get hold of the ball in the Milan half and start playing a few passes around. At the moment, they're trying this little tip-tap at the back, and Milan will eventually start to press and win the ball back, as they've just done so.
Well, they've been quite phenomenal on their own ground. Atalanta, 10 matches, they've won 8 of them, drawn the other 2. Lentini, no foul by Montero, the young Uruguayan who's come into the Atalanta side this season. Now the break could be on here. Gantz going for the return too from Rambaudi, and shepherded back by Baresi. So cool and composed at the heart of Milan's defence.
A good play from Gantz. It was a good effort. It was a good 1-2. They were very positive on the return as well, but Baresi was there reading it very nicely.
Maldini's pass finding Lentini. Now linking with Simone. Here's Maldini, Baresi. Atalanta sitting back behind the ball, inviting Milan to come at them. It's a dangerous game. Donadoni, and safely into the midriff of Ferron. Amazing, really, Ray, that a player of Donadoni's class is not an automatic choice in this side.
Well, it is. He really is a talented player, and it just goes to show the depth that Milan have, that they can afford to leave him on the bench. And he really is a talented player. 2 feet, very good brain. He's very quick. A very talented player indeed. I'm a bit surprised they haven't used him a lot more, actually, Donadoni, because he is a player of immense talent. There's a man that's been in the team all season, Lentini. I don't think he's missed a match this season. I think the price tag of 13 million, Mr. Berlusconi wants to get the best out of him.
Well, in fairness, he's had some excellent games, Lentini. 1 or 2 different ones. No doubt about his talent, though. That's good defending by Montero, getting a great round of applause from the Atalanta fans. And he's really endeared himself to them this season. Boban doing well, and Minaldi for Atalanta. Both teams giving it away. Alamao. And the offside flag is up, more likely against Gantz, I would think. Rambaudi furious outside him, but I think it was Gantz who'd strayed offside.
Yes, it was, but it was good play from Baresi as well. He's seen Gantz make that run very early. Alamao didn't have good possession of the ball, so he steps up and catches him offside. Good play all round.
Here's Baresi now, trying to get something flowing for Milan. Verone. Here's Gantz. Very fleet of foot, Maurizio Gantz. Tackled by Boban, but Perone's won it back for Atalanta. This is Porini out of the markers. Released from his defensive duties for a moment.
Yes, that's a foul given against
Bordin.
Sorry?
Bordin, I think it is, yeah, Bordin.
Yeah, Bordin. That's the thing we often see in Italian football. Donadoni about to clear. As Bordin comes in, he raises his studs, and that isn't allowed in Italian football. So the free kick given immediately. To our English viewers and British viewers watching the game, that's normally a thing that we see every Saturday afternoon in our football when the game plays on, but not in Italian football.
Baresi. Here's Boban. Trying to shake off Minauri. Albertini. Now then for Tassotti. Plenty of careful possession by Milan. So far, though, unable to break Atalanta down. Alabao. Lovely skill. Such an elegant player, Alabao. And they love him here in Bergamo. Montero is very highly rated by Alabao. Reckons he's potentially the best sweeper he's ever seen. That's some accolade from Alabao. Himself has featured in a couple of World Cups.
Yes, it is, and he's seen a good few sweepers as well. That is a bit of an accolade. But he started the game very well, Montero. He does look a good player.
Baresi. Milan rather fortunate to get that one clear. Boban now. Minauri snapping at his heels. Off goes Lettini. Again, good covering though by Montero. Reading the game exceptionally well so far. Son of a famous Uruguayan international. His father played in a couple of World Cup final stages, that is. Goal kick to Atalanta.
Yes, in total contrast to the way Baresi plays as a sweeper, by pushing up and pushing all his defenders up as well. Montero seems to play a lot deeper, therefore having a little bit more time to read the situation, but he has done very well indeed by getting across and making a couple of extremely good interceptions. And that's a hell of a goal kick as well. That is a la Passarella. Passarella used to take goal kicks for Inter. I can remember him picking out people a good 55, 60 yards away with a tremendous left foot.
Foul by Biliardi on Jean-Pierre Papin. Papin, who's scored 4 goals in the last 2 matches for Milan. Hasn't really had a sniff of a chance yet so far in this one, though. Simone wriggling past the tackles and deflected off the hit maybe of Biliardi there. It's a corner anyway.
He actually got in a very, very powerful shot on the turn there, Simone. He's always looking for those little shots around the box to try and catch goalkeepers unaware. He hits the ball very early, Simone.
It's Donadoni to take the corner then for Milan. Way by De Agostini. Back in by Costa Curta. Simone. And far too close to the goalkeeper. They're obviously going to miss Marco van Basten. Milan, or are missing him indeed. The news is could well be back in full training in a few weeks from now. And then the chase is on for him to finish as leading goal scorer. He's got 12. Of course, the likes of Signori and Balbo have raced ahead of him.
Well, that's good news, Harry, for Van Basten, but for all of us, really, us supporters of Van Basten. I think we miss him when he doesn't play. He's given us a lot of joy, a lot of delight over the last season.
Free kick to Atalanta. This is Alabao. Ronaldo. Now Perone. Plenty of movement and mobility ahead of him. Gats. Ronaldo. Chip through. Offside. Barone absolutely furious.
I don't think he could have too many arguments about that, Peter. He was offside. If you watch the way the Milan defenders all got round and started to push out. As soon as the ball goes backwards, Baresi gets them, starts edging them up. And he edged them right up there, and he was offside. No complaints.
Boban. Papin almost sneaking through there, and that was an important clearance by Biliardi, his marker. Who's not the quickest defender around. And he's giving a tight rein on Papin so far. No goals in Bergamo. Atalanta 0, Milan 0. Maldini to Baresi. Just past the halfway point in the first half. And this is Rambaudi for Atalanta. Alamao. Ronaldo. D'Agostini. Rather careless pass though from D'Agostini. This is Stefano. And he's the cousin of Luigi D'Agostini, the Inter defender and former Italian international left back. Baroni penalised again. And Milan taking the free kick very swiftly. Donadoni into the danger zone. Away by Porini. Gats. Rather ambitious pass. Rossi able to clear.
I don't know whether he meant that, Rossi, but that was a hell of a pass out to Sotti. Even he's joining in playing outfield. But this is where Atalanta are going wrong. They're allowing Milan far too much space in their half of the field. OK, they're defending their box, and they can say, well, they haven't had a shot yet, or they haven't had a crossing. But sooner or later, they will. Teams of Milan's stature gaining confidence by being allowed to play football as they're being allowed to play now.
That was Boban trying to get through. Unsuccessfully. And Ronaldo in possession now then for Atalanta. Former Inter player Ronaldo. Gats, Atalanta playing in effective fashion. But so far unable to perforate Milan's defence built around Baresi.
He looks very lively, Gats. He looks a nice player. Very, very well balanced player, good left foot, and very positive.
Gats and Rambaudi both been very prominent for Atalanta this season. Rambaudi with 4 goals, Gats with 9. Backed up to by Perrone. He's on the ball now. Fell there surely by Boban. A yellow card for the Croatian.
Yes, it was a foul. I don't know whether it was a bookable offence, but it was a definite foul. Boban a little bit over-ambitious there with that tackle.
Another player who's desperate to retain his place in the side, Boban. He himself been having a little bit of a moan this week. He feels he's been getting rave reviews every time he does play, and then he gets left out. But that's the way of life in the San Siro, when the coach has so much talent at his disposal. Away by Baresi. Biliardi almost got caught for pace then. Montero. As far as Donadoni. Happy to settle for the throw.
Yes, it must be very difficult for the likes of Boban, Papin, especially when you've come from clubs such as Marseille and where Boban has come from, and you are the main asset in the team. And once you get to a place like Milan, you can't actually get a game. It must be very disappointing.
Time for Montero. Alamao. Montero, who does look a very confident player. He's only 21. And a genuine international prospect for Uruguay.
Yes, he looks very confident, Peter. Not only is he a good defender and a good reader of the game, but he's also very comfortable on the ball. he can afford to be very confident with a good left foot that he's got, and he's looked very comfortable when he's come forward or when he's been in possession of the ball.
Maldini for Milan. Lentini, supported by Albertini. And Donadoni wide. This is Simone. And that took a deflection. And wasn't too far away from the target. Simone turning very incisively.
That was super football from Simone. He's won 2 corners now with 2 shots on the turn, and that was very good. But that again was the fact that Atalanta are defending so deep. That any shot that goes in, a deflection could send it into the net, or as we see here, they'll pick up corners all afternoon long.
Sotti with the cross. Driven through by Boban. And another corner. Deflections everywhere. Boban who drove that one through.
I think they just caught them offside there, Peter, as that one goes through. It was a hell of a good ball from Albertini, a good first-time layoff with the chest, which allowed Boban to get that shot in. As we see, there were 2 Milan players in offside positions.
This as the ball spun over the bar, the linesman raised his flag. Liani to Rambaudi. Alamao wins left short then. Montero to Porrini. Alamao. Alamao again. That's an excellent pass too. Picking out D'Agostini. He's got his crossing well. And Rossi takes it at full stretch. That'll lift Atalanta. Promising build-up. And at least Rossi had something to do.
Well, that's good concentration from Rossi. He hasn't actually been in the game here, and he's come out and taken a very good ball there.
Now Atalanta's defence under examination. Albertini with Donadoni. It was casually played in then towards Simone, who's gone for the return now. And Peron on his metal.
Another good bit of football from Simone. Great first touch on the ball. Plays a good 1-2 with Papan as we see the ball coming in from Donadoni. It's good control from Simone. Keeps the ball within his distance. Look at that, little give and go there. And he's a little bit unfortunate. It was a bit too long for him. Good football.
Free kick to Atalanta. Alamao leaving it for Bordin. This is Alamao now to Perone. Half an hour gone, and a bit of a leg tackle then on poor old Perone, who's taken a bit of a buffeting so far. Another yellow card. Papan in trouble this time.
Well, again, that's the commitment of the 2 foreigners that are playing. They obviously realise that they've got to be 100% committed, and there's Papan flying in. A late challenge. It was a forwards tackle. Without being too disrespectful to centre forwards, but they're not the best tacklers in the world, and Papan flying in there a little bit late. But that is the difference between the 2 sides as well. As soon as Atalanta get in the Milan half, they're put under enormous pressure when they're in possession of the ball. But when Milan get in their half, they're allowed to play, and Atalanta have got to try and sort themselves out as far as that's concerned.
Rambaudi loves to take on defenders, try to expose them. Alamao, lovely little pass then. Perone with the cross towards Gats, but also towards Sebastiano Rossi, who's been doing really well in goal for Milan in recent games. Antonioli is still out through injury. I think Rossi will be in the side anyway. Such has been his form of late. And he's been coming in for particular praise too from Capello, the coach. Bit of a feeling that if there is a weak link in the Milan side, it's in goal. But Rossi been defying that suggestion.
I think the important thing from the goalkeeping point of view with Milan is their concentration. Because Milan have so much of the ball and they're in possession a lot of the time, they're often not used the goalkeepers, and yet they have performed to a high standard this season.
Another very intelligent pass from Alamao, picking out Gats.
Got to be a midfield player's dream, Gantz. His movement off the ball is exceptional, and he gives midfield players a lot of targets.
Arrigo Sacchi, the coach of Italy, has had a good look at Gats. Caught offside here, but he's been watching him in training sessions this week, and certainly will have taken a very positive note of the way that he's been playing. So maybe Gats may not be too far away from an international call-up. Not bad. Rather lucky there to get a second chance. Now Lentini. Trying to find Papa, doesn't do so.
He'd have been better having a pop there, Lentini. He's come in on his good foot, his right foot, and the defence seemed to open up for him. He might have been better off having a shot. But we've not seen too much of Lentini. He's been snuffed out of the game a little bit in the first half.
Donadoni. Certainly Milan have had a lot of the ball, in particular in the midfield area, and Atalanta allowing them to come forward, allowing them possession. Baresi now with time. There goes the ding-dong. Your pizza's ready, Ray. And a goal kick to Atalanta. This incredible long run that stretches way back to May '91 when they last lost back to Bari, and Atalanta were the last team in fact to beat Milan in the San Siro just a month or so earlier. But no sign, you have to say, yet of a major upset today. Maldini, maybe I spoke too soon. Here's Gats now. So alert to possibilities, faced then by one of the world's most accomplished defenders in Franco Baresi. Gats looking very sprightly indeed, and he's certainly a handful for the Milan defence, competent though they are. Perrone dribbling well past the tackles, a lovely bit of skill then by Perrone. Now Alamao trying to set himself up for the shot. De Agostini, and it squirmed away from Rossi, but he just about held on, and that was a genuine opening there for De Agostini.
Yes, that was super football. There we see Alamao, but Perrone had done very well just beforehand. The ball gets played across square, and De Agostini hits this shot, and it does actually move. You'll see it swerve at the last minute, and Rossi was nearly taken by unawares there, but in the finish he gets it at the second attempt. That's a lot better from Atalanta. And hopefully we'll see them start pressing forward a little bit with that little bit of inspiration.
And it's really raised the atmosphere now around the Comunale Stadium. 10 minutes to half-time. Maldini prodding it forward. Here's Simone. Trying to fashion a chance for himself. Maybe a teammate. Not this time, though. Montero. Looks tremendous on the ball. But has he taken it too far? Maybe his inexperience is going to prove costly. Simone challenged by Biliardi. Half-hearted appeal by Simone, and the referee quite rightly saying no way, and not too happy that Simone had gone down in that fashion.
Well, I think you could see one bit of inexperience and one bit of experience there. Alamao realising the situation, getting back and filling in for Montero, and that's never a penalty. Alamao doing exceptionally well to get back there and fill in for his sweeper.
Well, he may look a little cumbersome at times, Biliardi, but he was very effective then, and just as well for Atalanta that he was. Maldini there with a sweeping cross in, but away come Atalanta on the break. Gats. Good skill. And in the end rocked by Tassotti. No real support then for Gats.
No, that's the problem that they face, Peter. Because they're defending so deep, it's too far for people to get up and join in with Gats. He's left to do it all on his own, and there was a perfect opportunity to catch Milan on the break. But he's up on his own. He's not going to get past the back four of Milan all by himself.
Ibi, the coach of Atalanta, wanting even more urgency from his side. They've contained Milan so far, and they continue to do so. Lentini now to probe at Atalanta's defence. No real aerial threat in there without the likes of Van Basten. To Sotti crossing it in. Well, of course, Papin can be very dangerous in the air with his athleticism, his mobility. You can see one of his goals in our Golden Goals competition at half-time. Scored a fantastic one against Inter in the week in the Cup. Thought we could see it in the fog anyway. A backheeled volley, would you believe? Marini with Ronaldo. What do you make of this situation with Papin being released by France today, Ray? They wouldn't release Cantona to play for Manchester United.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty poor show, Peter. Obviously, Cantona has now become a very important part of Manchester United. If they're going to push on and win the double, they're going to need Cantona to be taking part. And I think for the French Football Association to let Papin off is disgraceful, really.
Well, I said it's a special case. That's Montero, as you can see, getting some treatment there. They say it's a special case because of Milan's injuries, but when you look at the squad they've got...
Oh, when you think of the squad they've got, it's got to be a lot easier for Milan to replace Papin than it is for Manchester United to replace Cantona.
Anyway, Papin is flying straight back to Israel, or straight off to Israel to join the French squad. He's going by private jet. Perhaps supplied by Berlusconi, I would think so. I think he'd go on the bus, but all the same, that's a little extravagant, you might say. Now, what can Gantz do here? Trying to take on Costa Curta, who had too much experience for him. But it's a free kick to Atalanta.
Yes, it's an unfortunate free kick from Milan's point of view because he actually read where Gantz was going. Obviously, Gantz, being a left-sided player, wants to go, or would prefer to go on his left-hand side. I think Costa Curta read that, got his body in front, touched it away. But now they find themselves in a dodgy area because Atalanta, like every other team in the Italian Football League, have a player with the likes of Alameo who can put balls in from this sort of area. Gantz, I believe, scored a super goal in Genoa not so long ago. I think it was against Sampdoria from this sort of area. He's got a great left foot, and no doubt he'll be wanting to have a pop as well.
Alamao will certainly fancy his chances from here. Brazilians, the South Americans indeed, with so many tricks up their sleeves on the set pieces. Alamao is no exception. But only there too. Gantz. It's Gantz who shot it through. A very tame one. We are hearing, though, of a goal for Lazio against Cagliari. Diego Fusa giving Paul Gascoigne's team the lead. Gazza is playing today. And it was, I'm told, a quite spectacular goal by Fusa, who does specialise in those. 5 minutes to half-time. No goals so far in Bergamo. Milan pressing forward again. And Boban almost on the end of the cross.
Yes, he was. That was a very, very good ball through from Costa Curta, and I think just a yard too strong.
Fabio Capello, the coach of Milan. Fantastic record they have since he took charge.
Didn't look the happiest of men, did he? You wouldn't have thought he's got 54 games undefeated.
Under his management, 74 matches, they won 51. Drawn 22 and lost just the one. That was a cup tie, of course, the semi-final of the Italian Cup against Juventus. And they wouldn't have lost that if Baresi hadn't have missed a penalty. Fantastic achievement, though, by Capello, guiding his team to their success last season, and of course on the verge of even more this time around. The European Cup very much in their sights, as well as the double in Italy. Through now to the Italian Cup semi-final, and they'll play Roma after their win over Inter in midweek. Perone in the wars again. Alamao. This is Rambaudi. Outsmarted though by Donadoni. Papin's made the run through, still Donadoni. Now supported by Boban with Maldini. Free waiting on the cross. And it's out of the air. With a block with Papin lurking behind him.
Yes, I don't think Paolo Maldini would be too happy with the cross he's hit in there. Far too close to Ferran, especially with the height that they don't have, Milan. They've got to get balls in along the floor and let Simone and Papin do their work in and around the box on the floor. As we've seen Simone turn on 2 or 3 occasions in this first half, he's looked very effective by getting balls into him around the area.
Lentini now. And Montero with the interception. Another corner though to Milan.
And Montero's limping very heavily on his right foot. We've just seen him getting some treatment there. Lentini taking him on, but he did well to get back and block his cross. But he doesn't seem too happy, Montero.
It'll be Simone with the corner for Milan as we near half-time. Again, the long ball to that far post. Knocked back by initially Donadoni. Again, the goalkeeper staying on his line. Lentini heading it back. And eventually getting it clear. Now the counter-attack is on. Brackley. Ball from Cats. Ronaldo. Alamao. Here's Rambaldi. Alamao. Morini. The momentum of the attack certainly died down. Milan able to regroup now. And they've won the throw. The showing of Rambaldi.
A good defending from Milan, and they lost possession, but everybody got back behind the ball as quick as they possibly could and started to press all together and made it very difficult for Atalanta. Who actually started that move with a bit of aggression and a bit of pace, which is one of the first times they've done that.
Away by Villiado. As far as Costa Curta, now Donadoni. Again, Milan probing for this opening as Simone tries to make progress down that right flank.
I can't help thinking, with all this good possession that they keep giving AC Milan, that sooner or later they're going to create a chance. And, you know, Donadoni's out there on the right-hand side. He's got 2 guys facing him, and neither of them are going to put him under pressure. And a player of Donadoni's class will eventually pick someone out, and that's going to be it's going to be vital and it's going to be crucial that Atalanta can get close to him and stop him delivering good ball.
Perone trying to deliver one for Atalanta. Rossi is there. So far, Rossi, very reliable last line of defence for Milan. Baresi now. Albertini. There's Lentini. Now, has he forced the corner here? Indeed, he has. So, no, it's a throw as we go into injury time. Donadoni. Boban. Just saw enough of the goal then. And his instinct told him it was a good chance.
That was great football from Boban. The ball comes in and jumps up just in front of him. But I always go on, especially on this programme, the Italian football, about first touch. Look at that first touch. He's crowded by loads of players. But as the ball comes, he cushions it very nicely and gets in a very, very good strike. And I can't emphasise strongly enough to you young guys out there watching that the first touch of the ball is vitally important.
Real awareness shown then by Boban. And real coolness shown by Montero, who is still limping. No question about that. He retained his composure. And at half-time, no goals, not too many chances, we have to say. But not too many other goals around the Italian scene today either. But Ancona are 1-up at home to Fiorentina. Agostini almost on the stroke of half-time there. Foggia 0, Roma 0. No goals either in the San Siro. Inter against Napoli, one of the other big games of the day. Juventus 0, Genoa 0, that's also without a goal. Lazio 1, Cagliari 1, so Cagliari equalising there, again into injury time in the first half. Capioli, after Diego Fuser had given Lazio the lead on 36 minutes. Parma are a goal down at home to Torino, and that again a late goal just before half-time. Sergio giving Torino the lead. Pescara are 2 up against Brescia. That'll please our statistician, Ray Della Pietra, an avid Pescara fan. I'm sure that'll change in the second half. They're bound to lose 3-2. Mendy and Borgonovo, the goals there for Pescara. And it's Sampdoria 0, Udinese 0. And Balbo has had a penalty saved by Pagliuca, the Italian national team goalkeeper of Sampdoria. Missed penalty by Balbo. Sampdoria 0, Udinese 0. So, Ray Wilkins, what has Fabio Capello had to say at half-time to his team?
Well, I think he'd be quite pleased with the way they've played overall, but the main fact from his point of view, I think, will be the fact that they haven't really penetrated the Atalanta defence. They've had a load of possession, but unfortunately they haven't got many strikes in on goal, and I think that's one thing that Fabio would have not really had a go at, but he would have put in their mind that they need to hit the target a lot more. From Atalanta's point of view, I think they've got to get forward a lot quicker to support Gantz. Peroni is trying to do it, but there's no way that 2 of them are going to get through such a well-organised defence that Baresi has there at the back. They've got to get players forward in numbers and attempt to get strikes in on Rossi. And Rossi has looked very capable on crosses this afternoon. It'd be better for them to start getting a few shots in. He stands at 6'5", and it would be more advisable to keep the ball down.
So away we go then, as Atalanta start the second half, now attacking the goal to our left. Just checking round, Montero has come out for the second half. There had been a doubt, we thought, because of injury, as to whether he would continue. But maybe the attention has done the trick, and he can resume in comfort. Alamao. So Atalanta can raise their game in the second half. They certainly seem to be playing with some fear of Milan in those first 45 minutes. Not surprisingly, I suppose, in view of Milan's awesome record. But they've nothing to lose, surely. So let's hope Atalanta take them on in the second half.
They're attacking their favourite end as well, Peter. We all have favourite ends in football. We like attacking the loft, and I'm sure Atalanta have their own end, which they are now attacking. And it normally gives them a little spur when the supporters get behind them and when you're attacking into that noise. AC Milan have it, and all the top teams. Manchester United have the Stretford end, which they like to kick in the second half. And they are now attacking their own end, Atalanta.
Milan on the attack now. Not too successfully. And I hope for our statistician's sake that Pescara are attacking the right half, the right end in the second half, right?
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Pescara could do with the points.
Ronaldo. He won't speak to us for a week now if Pescara don't win this one today. 2 goals up. We still await the first goal in Bergamo. Match eagerly anticipated, especially by the population of Bergamo, the Atalanta club. With a good following today. There's a sellout crowd. Population of only around 120,000 in the town. Baresi. Costa Curta. Now to make tracks towards the Atalanta goal. Lentini. To shake off the attentions of the Agostini, who felt he was being impeded by Lentini.
Very good defending from the Agostini.
Simone. Teasing cross in, away by Rambaudi. Here's Donadoni. Now then for Tassotti. Costa Curta. Touchdown by Papan to Albertini. Milan capped around the goal. Simone firing wide.
Excellent football from Milan. That's good 1- and 2-touch football. Costa Curta nudging a little ball in. Albertini, good pass and move there to Simone, who drives that just above the upright. I think it was slightly wide as well, but that's a much better situation for Milan to get into.
So a satisfying start to the second half then for Milan, for Capello, the coach. Simone with 3 goals this season, but he hasn't started all that many games. Seems to score when he comes on as a sub. in from the start today, knowing that Massaro is on the bench awaiting his chance.
Excellent work from Simone again. That's good play from forward players. If forward players can start the defensive situation going early on, as Simone did there, it gives everybody the encouragement to push up from the back. And Simone won a good ball there, and we see the result of it, a Milan corner.
Which Donadoni will take. Scramble only partially clear. Lentini, Albertini. Atalanta defending in numbers here. And hoping to launch a counter-attack of their own. No real support for Gats. Only player up there with him. Albertini now. And again dictating the pace. Costa Curta. Game that, as the old cliche says, certainly needs a goal. Neither team really to lift it. And that goal will certainly bring Atalanta out. An Atalanta goal is such a morale booster for them. And make Milan have to fight that bit harder. Albertini showed too much aggression there. And again, a heartless attack.
I think that was a perfect situation we spoke about in the first half. Gant's been left up there to do it all on his own, and he wasn't actually fouled, I didn't feel. But he can't go past the Milan defence on his own. They've got to get forward and they've got to support him a lot quicker. And there's that man Simone again. Look at him working off the ball, trying to win it back from Milan. But this time they allow him to come out far too easily.
Whereas Papan, who was so disgusted with the pass, just dropped his head and said, "I'm not chasing that one, thank you."
Well, that's the difference. And I think when you see Van Basten in the side as well, you see him work very hard to win balls back. And I think Papan will have to do exactly the same if he wants to remain one of the foreign players in their setup.
Well, he's saying now he wants to stay with Milan, having changed his mind from week to week. Papan has also been praising the service he's had in recent matches from Lentini and from Hullet. Hullet, of course, not in the side today. And for all their star names, Ray, no question at all the fluency that the Dutchmen give them is really lacking.
Yes, I think the Dutchmen are sadly missed. They won the championship with the three Dutchmen, and at the start of the season, Hullet was very disappointed that he wasn't in the side as one of the foreigners, and quite rightly so, I feel. But when the three Dutchmen are playing, or one of them, it does give them a definite lift. And I think it's pretty evident today that the fact that Rijkaard isn't fit, or I rate very, very highly. I think Rijkaard has that extra bit of drive from the middle of the field, and Milan have definitely lacked that today.
It's in fact the first time since September '89, I'm told, that all three Dutchmen have been missing from the side. And that actually was against Atalanta. Milan won by the only goal on that occasion. Alamau. Then trying to thread it through. Again, the Milan defence standing firm. So disciplined at the back. Maldini under pressure from De Agostini. And Maldini happy to settle for the goal kick.
Yes, I think getting back to the Dutchmen, Peter, they do have this mentality, the Dutch, and the Germans have it as well. They are winners. And when those three play, or when one of them plays, or two of them play, they definitely look a different side, Milan. They seem to have this little bit extra aggression about them, especially when they're in possession of the ball. And it's sad that they're not on show today, but with a bit of luck, Van Basten will be back very shortly, and the other two guys will be with him.
Meantime, it's Atalanta pressing now with Gats. Oh, disappointing service from him. And no wonder his teammates look rather disgusted with that.
Yes, again, it was the 2 against 4 again, but that was good defending from Boban there, getting back and stopping the attack.
Boban now, spreading it wide to Maldini. This is Lentini. Montero appealing for offside. No flag, though. Good cross in by Lentini. Papan, Donadoni, driving it through. And right into the arms of the grateful Ferron, with Those Atalanta defenders still appealing for offside.
Yes, I think that little touch from Papin, I think Donadoni would have hit that on the volley first time, but he makes room for himself very well on his left side, and that's a good save from Ferron as well. That was a nice cross in from Lentini. We don't often see him get too many crosses in on his left side, but he managed to get a good one in there.
Simone to Maldini. News of another goal coming in. Sampdoria have taken the lead against Udinese. And it's Renato Busso, the scorer for Sampdoria. Has had to settle for a place on the subs bench for much of the season. I'm not sure whether he started this one or not. He has certainly scored the opening goal. Capello not too happy with the way his team are playing. So I think he feels for all their possession, they really should have turned this into a goal or two. Maldini. Boban.
Yes, I think his argument would be that the football that they're playing, OK, they're keeping possession, but it's a little lacklustre, and Capello is one of those guys that likes the full commitment for 90 minutes.
Donadoni's chip. Easily read, though, by Ferron. Yes, there's certainly no real cutting edge to Milan's play so far, for all their domination. 10 minutes into the second half. Still Atalanta 0. Milan the leaders 0. Here's Boban. Goes Simone. Good pass, one tackle, and gave it straight to Alamao. Now Rambaudi. Ronaldo having to chase back with Donadoni in pursuit. Montero, kind of casual, but in fairness, he broke up the attack very cleanly. Atalanta coming away themselves now. Good pace. Now, Gantz to Rambaudi. Terrific turn of speed then by Gantz. And he was so quickly closed down then by a posse of Milan defenders. And out comes Baresi. The tempo raised a little now.
More spaces about the field now, and I'm sure, hopefully anyway, that we're going to get one of these players. A lot of very talented players. As you saw, Gantz show a tremendous burst of pace there. It would have been better off, as he gave it wide to Rambaudi, that Rambaudi would have got the ball in the box, but he didn't. He came back out again, which gave Milan the extra opportunity to get round Gantz and make the tackle.
Lentini.
He amazes me, this chap, Peter. That Lentini, he obviously is far more comfortable on his right side, but you never ever see him switch wings and have a go at the opposing fullback. He always stays to the left-hand side, whether he's been told to do that, I don't know. But when you have a guy like Donadoni playing on the right side, whose left foot is equally as good, it amazes me why every now and then they don't have a little switch up and give someone else a problem.
Corner then. They posted Maldini on the near post. The Sofi has come forward too, and it'll be another corner. Atalanta having to keep their concentration at the back. Baresi. Albertini. Good block there by Alamao. Donadoni. Boban had shown for him outside him. Albertini. Papin sneaking the header in. My word, he was sharp there, Papin.
Yes, he was. He read that situation very well. And as the ball was clipped in, Donadoni does very well. As the ball comes in from Albertini, whips across the front of the defender and gets in a very good header.
Such a predatory finisher, Jean-Pierre Papin. 8 goals in 12 starts for Milan this season. He was close to adding a goal then to that tally. Maybe a switch being made by Milan. Certainly a lot of activity on the bench. Now, De Napoli is going to come on, the former Napoli player who's hardly featured at all this season. Just had appearances as substitute. And it's Boban who's gone off. De Napoli, an international for Italy, of course, back in the World Cup in 1990. getting his chance now to motivate Milan.
I find that a strange substitution by Capello there. I would have thought Maldini coming in and perhaps pushing Donadoni through the centre of the midfield area and breaking forward might have been slightly more beneficial, but who am I to judge when you've got a guy that's lost one game in something like 70 odd?
Simone working so hard up front for Milan, but to no avail so far.
Yes, I would imagine Simone will be looking forward to having Van Basten back. I think the two of those, with Van Basten's height and ability, they're going to cause problems for any defence. Simone's looked very, very sharp, possibly the sharpest forward on show. Although Gantz has shown electrifying pace, the sharpness of Simone has been quite evident.
Biliardi away. In goes Alamao on Di Napoli. Di Napoli, who featured in a league game for Milan for the first time last Sunday against Pescara as a substitute.
Ex-teammates, of course, Di Napoli and Alamao, so that would be a nice little confrontation.
Yes, Di Napoli very much a part of Napoli's success, as was Alamao. Here is Alamao on the ball now to Rambaudi. Quickly confronted by Albertini. Alamao to the change of direction then by the Brazilian. So comfortable on the ball. Rini to Perrone. Alamao. Again, a breakdown in communications. All too easy for Milan. Some more goal news just coming in. And Juventus have scored. It's against Genoa. Avanelli has scored for Juventus. He's come on for Casaraghi. I don't think he started a game yet for Juventus, Ravanelli. He gets to feature quite often as a substitute. And he has given his team the lead. Alamao taking the free kick for Atalanta. We could certainly do with a goal in this game. Rambaudi. Offside.
Yes, as so many teams do all across the world now. As soon as a player takes the ball back and away from the opposition's goal, they step out. And Baresi has it, the defence marshalled so well that they do this very well. And Rambaudi took the ball out, Milan stepped up, and there you saw Gantz running into the offside position.
Not the best of passes though by Baresi, asking far too much of Lentini.
No, not the best of games, really. I think you've got two sides here that obviously respect what the other side have done this season. They're not really giving it the gun, really, to go and get the points.
Di Napoli.
We're having our usually scrappy 10 minutes, aren't we? We seem to get one of these in every Italian game that we see. Although we must say that the majority of the play is exceptional. But we do normally get the odd 10 minutes where the game goes very scrappy, and this is no exception. Here's one highlight from the game. Montero, lovely left foot. He's shown remarkable composure for a young man of 21.
Actually discovered by Cesar Menotti, the old Argentine coach. He was in charge of Penarol out in Uruguay. Montero playing as a 17-year-old in Penarol's senior side.
And imagine if you can play in that sort of football at 17 years of age, you must have a remarkable temperament, because there's a lot of things untoward that go on in that sort of football.
Maldini. Lentini drifting past the tackles. Now to Sotti. Again, Atalanta just content to concede territorial advantage. Rambaudi. Here's Alamau. Where's he going from here? Straight into Albertini.
A little bit fortunate there, Alamau. Might have cleared that a lot earlier. The way Milan pressed from the back, it would have been more advisable for him to get that away. But he tried an intricate bit of skill, and it was fortunate for him that he's got away with the goal kick.
Taken again by Montero. Not a very good one, but he found Alamau. That was certainly fortunate. Free kick to Atalanta. Foul on Bordin. Former Cesena player. Ronaldo taking the free kick. 4-1 though. Gave no real chance to Rambaudi. These Milan defenders so on top of their game. Very, very hard to outmaneuver them. Now, Baresi. Maldini with De Napoli. Almost at the halfway point in the second half. Baresi had a little bit of fret. As usual, though, he's equal to it. More frustration for Gats, the lone raider there for Atalanta. Tassotti. Again allowed to go forward to the danger zone. As the header flashes wide, this time from Lentini. Got himself into an excellent position, but couldn't finish off the job.
Yes, nice football from Milan. Ended up with Tassotti here. Ever such a good ball. Nice early ball into the box. And again, Lentini, which is very important for forward players to get across defenders. Diving in there and just unable to get it on target. That's a bit better anyway. That was nice football.
Baresi. His knee then, I think. Maldini. It's almost an afternoon casual stroll really for Baresi.
I think without being too disrespectful, I think that's the way the game has been played actually. There hasn't really been, apart from the first 10 minutes of each half, there's not really been the tempo. The game really hasn't picked up and played at a very high tempo. We desperately need a goal.
No real vigour or menace about the game. Biliardi for Atalanta. Forward in with piece of vision, but couldn't find Rambaudi.
It's all
given away.
Yeah, sorry, but it's strange, you know. Teams like Atalanta have picked up the majority of their points, only getting 5 points away from home this season. They won't want to lose this match. They are undefeated at home, and they realise.
Baresi was struggling. Down goes Gats. Frantic appeals for a penalty. And well, I thought it was a clean challenge by the goalkeeper, and I think that is the referee's view, no question.
Yes, I think that wasn't a penalty. That's a little over-exuberance there from the Atalanta players. As I was saying beforehand, they picked up the majority of their points at home, and they won't want to be defeated today. So I think that's partly one of the reasons that the game has been so negative, really. There's the ball played inside Baresi. It's unlike Baresi to let that run, actually. He must have realised that Rossi was coming for the ball. Well, he actually got there first, Gant, but I think Rossi did actually get a fingertip to it. He would have been very fortunate to get a penalty.
Well, that was certainly my first reaction, that Rossi made contact with the ball before the player. That wasn't the view of Perrone, who took his protest too far. He's received the yellow card.
We have another strange situation. Gantz, who's a very good goal scorer, actually taking the corner.
Porini has come up from the back. And also Biliardi. So both the markers hoping to make their presence felt. They won't do it that way. At least it's given the home fans something to talk about anyway. Penalty appeal. I think they're also very excited about getting a corner too, Ray.
Yes, that's right, but the referee's getting a bit finicky now as well. They're in good possession there. and he's blown up for the free kick. Okay, in their advantage, but they were in good possession.
Agostini with Minaldo. Now Perrone. Barini. Gats. Away from Albertini's tackle. Good skill by Gats. Can't take them all on though. And he was fouled in the end. Far too many defenders. And they were so quick to converge on him then, Milan.
Great skill Gats showed there. That was a tremendous dribble. Perhaps he hadn't tried to take on the last man and slip a player through. I think we have Rambaldi here on the left-hand side that was open. But it was nevertheless, it was an excellent dribble. And again, they find themselves in a nice situation where the likes of Gantz and Alamao could profit.
Very tricky customer, Maurizio Gantz. And his run has presented this opportunity then for Atalanta. Alamao is there, Perrone. A man with 5-6 in the wall. Here's Perrone. Charged down by Papan, who kept herring out De Agostini. Biliardi. Perrone. Atalanta showing more ambition now. Again appeals for a penalty as Gats goes down with Baresi in close contact. Right?
The referee's given a penalty.
He's given it, yeah.
I find that a little bit unfortunate from Milan's point of view. It's good from our point of view because we're now going to see a game. As the ball gets played through, it is a race between Baresi and Gantz is lightning fast. And I think all Baresi does is gets himself across the face of Gantz and plays the ball back to Rossi.
Well, there's a few rueful smiles among those Milan defenders. They can't believe the decision, and they're still protesting. I certainly thought for a moment the referee hadn't given it. But then he pointed to the spot, and what an opportunity here then for Atalanta. Milan, 54 games, unbeaten, and that incredible run is now under threat. Rambaldi will be taking the penalty kick. Rossi has saved 2 penalties for Milan this season. He saved one from Vialli, and also one recently against Foggia. Rambaldi, just a couple of paces back from the penalty spot, and he saved another one. Rossi to the rescue. Milan will claim its only justice. Rambaldi, a forlorn figure. Oh, and what a chance squandered by Atalanta. News filters around the Italian grounds today. Well, the crowds everywhere will be saying, oh no, how could he?
My word, and look where the corner went. That corner didn't even get on the pitch. It's straight off the pitch for a goal kick for Milan. The pressure's still not on them. Here we see Rambaldi using the technique of Signori, just a couple of paces. He's a big man, Rossi, and you can't give him the chance. He's got to be in the corner or send him the wrong way, and there he goes. He's made a super save again. I think that's the second week on the trot that Rossi saved the penalty and kept Milan in the game. They were losing at Foggia when Rossi pulled off a very good save, and there he pulls off another good save. But to keep the pressure on, Atalanta have got to get that ball in from the corner. That's pretty atrocious from their point of view. They've actually had Milan on the rack there.
Milan off the hook. And poor Rambaldi won't give that one down for a long, long time to come. Papan. He's got the free kick.
I think the referee wants to be the star of the show as well. I don't think that was a free kick either.
It would be interesting to see Milan's attitude now, if they were taking this a bit casually. They can't now, after that let off.
I think Rambaldi could have been an Italian hero, Peter, if he'd have put that away.
Now Baresi is overseeing the free kick with Albertini. This is Tassotti. Came off Alamao. And he can't keep the ball in play. Going for a handball, I think, to Sotti. Well, you begin to wonder, Ray, if they'll ever be beaten.
Yes, that's right. The opposition seem to be getting enough chances to break them down, but they're not even taking those. It was a good save from Rossi when you think he hasn't really been involved in the game that much. His concentration is 100%, and he's chosen the right way to go, and he's made a fine save. But if Atalanta can keep the pressure on them, who knows, they might get another opportunity as well.
Maybe not a better one than that, though. Papan, away by Biliardi.
No, especially when it's disputed like that as well. You have to make the most of the luck that you get in the game, and that wasn't a fortunate, I would say, a fortunate episode for Atalanta, and they should have made the most of it and been a goal in front. That would have made Milan come out at them a lot stronger and made life very, very difficult for Milan. Of course, Milan have Massaro, Iranio sitting on the bench, and I thought I saw Iranio warming up. He's an interesting player, wide player, gets balls in nice and early, good crosser of the ball. But I think they've missed Massaro slightly. Massaro is a taker of opportunities. His good movement off the ball would have given them slightly more options, I feel.
15 minutes to go. Barone for Atalanta. I wonder now, has their dream of win over Milan now been spoilt? And a penalty miss. Still move into third place. It stays at 0-0 because Lazio are now losing at home to Cagliari. Shado, the former Napoli player, has got the second goal there for Cagliari, so Gazza's team in trouble. And Ancona are a goal up against Fiorentina. Well, it's 1-1 there now. Ancona 1, Fiorentina 1.
That would be a slight domination, Peter, by the north of Italy if Atalanta were to go into third place, obviously with Milan and Inter being in first and second.
Barone with the free kick. Doni missed it. Bondin. It's a dangerous ball in. Milan have dealt with it, though. Whacked away by Lentini. Montero to hoof it back again. De Agostini. Rambaldi. He could have beaten the hero. But now, this is a night of tournament, I would think. We're going to go straight home.
It's affected his confidence as well, Rambaldi. He's not been a bad performer this afternoon. The last couple of times he's been in possession, he's lost it. And it's obviously affected him greatly.
This is Leo Rodriguez. He's going to come on. He replaced Rambaldi last week when Rambaldi was out through suspension. Maybe that's going to be the switch here. Haven't seen the number up yet. And Iranio is going to come on as well, I think, for Milan. Just awaiting confirmation of that. Substitutions not happening at the moment, anyway. Maybe now they can. It's a free kick to Atalanta.
Yes, I think Iranio's come on for Donadoni, Peter. He's going to play on the right-hand side.
This is the Argentine Rodriguez.
And that's a shame, actually, because that's Rambaldi that's been taken off, or Rambaldi that's been taken off. Obviously, he's missed the penalty, and that's just crowned his afternoon now that Rodriguez has been brought on. It's a bit unfortunate for him, because I think he's done quite well. As we all know, football is a confidence thing, and probably the last thing that he really needed was to have been taken off in that situation.
Barone, who's outstanding form this season when he has kept Rodriguez out of the side. Papan now. Albertini. Here's Simone. Lentini's cross. And can't be claimed by Ferron. In fairness, hasn't had a great deal to do, really.
No, he hasn't. You know, when we see Milan play often, and they do create a number of chances in each game, and the goalkeeper is normally occupied all afternoon. But Ferron really hasn't had to do too much at all, and I think that basically sums the game up, really. There's been a lot of nice, intricate football through the middle of the field, but we haven't really had any punch from either attack.
Sotti got a foot in before Rodriguez. Maldini. Lentini releasing the pass. Papa hoping on a cross from Simone. Maybe from Lentini here. Still, it's a measured approach by Milan. Costa Curta. Albertini. Almost half-paced, really.
Yes, I think we see a situation now where both sides are quite happy with what they've actually got. Milan now protecting their 54-game unbeaten record, and obviously realise that another point will keep them in a very pleasant place at the top of Serie A. So it's another one of those periods where the game seems to die slightly.
Ordin. There's Rodriguez. An attacking player. I was saying earlier on, his opportunities really restricted by form shown by the likes of Perrone and Rambaudi too. It's a fairly menacing figure. Sotti taking the free kick. Aranio with a return pass. Palamao. Albertini. That was careless. Baresi. Maldini. Again, it's possession football by Milan. Costa Curta. It's all too easy for them at the moment.
Yes, but Atalanta now have they want the point, Atalanta as well. They've got 11 players behind the ball, and they're just making Milan play square across them. And it's a bit sad that the game has to end like this. Had the penalty gone in from Rambaudi, would have seen a dynamite last 10 minutes. But I think since that penalty incident, both sides have thought to themselves, well, I suppose a point's better than nothing.
But Milan have a free kick in a potentially dangerous situation. Still some more defending for Atalanta to do. And the shot got through. No real problem for Ferron.
Nicely taken by Ferron. Again, his concentration's excellent. The ball's bouncing just in front of him, and he takes a nice catch with a couple of Milan forwards coming in on him.
Rodriguez. Here's Alamao. Very deep now for Atalanta as they protect their clean sheet. And in fairness, they haven't been in the front all that often. All the dominance that Milan have had in terms of possession. Maldini. They will certainly, if it stays this way, look back on this one, Atalanta, and wonder what might have happened if Rambaudi had converted that penalty kick. Ronaldo, I think, is the player down injured. Looking back on that penalty kick, Ray, it wasn't too long after another pretty frantic appeal from Atalanta. Maybe the referee was influenced by that.
Yes, that sometimes happens when two come very close together. Referees are influenced slightly. They start thinking to themselves, well, perhaps I made a mistake the first time. They pop up and give decisions. But I suppose it was justice done in the finish. Rambaudi missing the penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty in the first place, but it was possibly the best move that Atalanta had in the whole match. It was actually Gantz that was allowed to break onto the ball instead of actually setting up the pass beforehand. When Gantz is allowed to do so, he's going to cause a lot of problems, and it was Baresi that chased him back, and I thought he just got across him in time. Perhaps I'm slightly biased, but I thought he got across him slightly a little bit earlier and managed to keep the ball away from him.
Ronaldo back on his feet. Land back in possession. And it's rather drifting aimlessly now. Costa Curta.
We had the prospect of a real humdinger this afternoon, and unfortunately it really has. It hasn't lived up to expectations at all. We've hardly seen shots from any side. We've seen some nice passing every now and then, but we really haven't seen any penetration at all. And it's sad, really, because our Italian football coverage this season has been quite exceptional.
Maldini for Milan. Maybe there's still time. Lentini. Threatening to get clear then of D'Agostini, who I thought was holding him back. Just the throw, though, to Milan.
He does have electrifying pace, Lentini. He left two of them standing there, and he did get away from them, but he has to hesitate because his left foot is so inferior. I honestly feel if he was to switch occasionally to the right-hand side, with that pace, he would actually get pied by defenders to the byline and get good ball in.
Simone.
I think he can be one of the only guys that are happy with his performance in the forwards anyway. Simone, he's looked very, very sharp, and he was a little bit unfortunate there not to get across him.
He's taking the corner now. Urario with the header, and Papan has scored. And once again, Milan has snicked it right at the death. 5 minutes to go, and it's Papan with his 9th goal of the season, and Milan, having so nearly conceded a goal a few minutes ago with a missed penalty, and snatched it again.
There it is again, the ball coming in from Simone, and I think this is the 4th corner in a row that Milan have had that they've actually won possession of the ball. They're not a big side today, and there we see Papan very acrobatically heading over the defender into the back of the net. I honestly felt the game was fizzling into a 0-0, both sides being happy with what they've got, and now because of Atalanta's inability to mark at corners, that's not the first time that Milan have got a chance.
Well, now they've got to come back at Milan, and here's Getz! 1-1! We have an explosive finish, if nothing else.
Well, I couldn't even get my words out, as unlike me, Peter.
Amazing.
I thought he was offside, but nevertheless, that's the way to take it. That's a tremendous goal. He takes it on the volley on his left foot and smashes it in the corner. It's a shame it couldn't have happened earlier. We might have seen a better game.
Well, Milan this time lost their concentration at the back. Maybe a hint of offside. Rossi certainly felt so. Look at his anguish there.
They all had a glare across, but I think that's defenders in general. When a goal's given against them, we all have a look across and see if the referee's made a mistake. But that's extremely slack, and Capello won't be at all happy with that. How they allowed him to get free, initially wide on the right-hand side, and secondly, Gantz all on his own to smash in the volley.
2 goals in a minute, all too late to make it the game we hoped it would be. But nonetheless, we've got an exciting finale. 3 minutes to go. Rodriguez to Gantz, the goal scorer. That's 9 for him this season. 10, in fact. He got 8 in the first 12, and a little spell when he didn't score. The winner last week against Juventus, and now the equaliser against Milan. So he's managed 1 more than Papan. And it was a very tiny piece of finishing. He's quick off the blocks, is Gantz. And at last, the Atalanta fans now making plenty of noise around the stadium. If only this could have happened earlier. De Napoli. Maldini to Baresi. We're back to square one.
Yeah, we are back to square one, unfortunately. Yeah, the game's gone back to its pace beforehand. They've both got their point again, so I suppose we'll see a couple of minutes of possession football. But Gantz was very quick off the blocks, and on his left side, he's a potent finisher, and that was a very good strike.
Papan. Biliardi cannot get clear hastily.
2 excellent finishes, actually, from 2 very good players. Papan's header was very good anticipation and a good header. And Gantz equalled it with a fine volley.
Baresi, Costa Curta. The game appeared to be Drifting aimlessly to a 0-0 draw. At least we've had some drama. Brackley. Maldini. No real chance of Simone reaching that one. Alamao. There's Gats, the goal scorer. As we move into the last minute. And they've given away at Atalanta is Papan now. There's danger here. And the free kick conceded right outside that penalty box. As Jean-Pierre Papin goes down. Frustration for Alamao. Most agreed decision. And who knows, maybe Milan are going to snatch it after all.
Yeah, Alamao's not too happy with Gantz. He's lost possession in his own half and allowed Milan to get right back into the game here. And this is a very dangerous position. It wasn't a free kick. Papin attacking Montero. Montero did ever so well. Realised what he was going to do. Just stood his ground and over went Papin. But slightly unfortunate from their situation. But Alamao was correct in what he's saying. Gantz shouldn't have lost possession in that position. And he put them in a very sticky situation.
Simone and Albertini there. Tassotti in the wall and Maldini just in front of it anyway. Touched off for Simone, fed it to Minaldo. Veranio now supplying the cross, which came off Alamao and squirmed right across the face of his own goal. Nettini, Maldini. We're into time added on for stoppages. Tassotti. Whistles from the Atalanta fans. I think they're settling for 1-1 now. Brackley. Milan patiently building now with Tassotti. Nobody wants to make a mistake at this late stage of the game. Then we were saying that 5 minutes ago. No one from Atalanta within yards of the ball.
Oh, I think the supporters are quite right. To allow games to fizzle out like this is very disappointing. They're showing their frustration with the whistles, and quite rightly so.
I think they want the final one now, though. Montero. The Atalanta aren't going to commit too many players forward in these last few seconds. And it's keep ball. And the referee's lost interest now. He turned away from the action.
I think he's the only one that's enjoying it. He wants it to go on even longer.
Yeah, Agostini, Rodriguez, Alamao, Bondin. His controversial decision to award the penalty that threw Atalanta that outstanding chance, but it was missed, the penalty. In the late flurry, 2 goals to at least give us some excitement, but overall a really disappointing game between the unbeaten home side of Atalanta and the all-conquering league leaders of Milan. Jean-Pierre Papin, 5 minutes from time. Within 60 seconds, the equaliser from Maurizio Gantz, and it finishes 1-1 between Atalanta and Milan. Ray Wilkins.
Yes, I've just seen Capello walking off there. I think he'll be very disappointed with the way they've gone at the game. He's walking off all on his own there. I think you can just about see him in the black overcoat. He'll be disappointed with the way it finished. Milan really didn't show the sort of passion that we see from them week in, week out, and the game was very, very disappointing. Atalanta obviously not wanting to lose their undefeated record at home this season. So we're going to settle for the point. Here we see the ball from Peroni going through for the penalty. There's Baresi letting the ball run past him, and as Gantz goes through on it, we see Rossi coming out